Well, we're about to react to her now, all right? We're about to react to her video, and she's going to explain what happened, and I'm going to pick this up at the 4 mark.
So then I screenshotted our conversation, blocked out his name, and I posted on my story because I was shocked at this point that someone would use their business, their show, to try to get women, and they think that that would work. And I was also shocked that he said that attractive women are common and high value men are not, when it's just like he dismissed me as an attractive woman but not a high value man, or not a high value woman. And you know, I don't know anything about this guy, so for him to tell me that he's this high value man when you're having to use your show to get women, high value men don't have to use their show and clout to get women.
All right, what she's saying is that he told her, I'm a high value man. All right. And that's what the messages were saying. I didn't want to play the other 4 minutes, but you know what? I'm going to go back. We'll just watch the whole thing. We'll watch the whole thing.
He is half of Fresh and Fit. I think he's fresh, but I don't think he's fresh. I think his name is Fresh on the podcast. But he reached out to me and wanted to do a podcast, or wanted me to collaborate with him for his show. At the time, I don't know what his following is now, but he had like 10,000 followers on Instagram. I have had at that time around like 42,000, 40,000, something like that. And so I didn't respond to the DM, to be honest. Then one of my friends, who I'm going to leave anonymous right now, just because I haven't discussed with him whether or not I can share his identity, told me, hey, one of my boys reached out to you, wants to film some content with you. He has a really popular channel, so you should do it. So I actually responded to the DM and I was like, hey, you know, what's up? He said, let's do a collab. I was like, okay, cool. I was actually planning a trip to Miami, so I told him, like, this is what I'm going to be in Miami. I wasn't going to pay to come out to be on his show, and I hadn't even looked into his show. I just kind of went off of the friend's recommendation. So
just so people know, this is the girl from the text message where he told her that you have to give him sex in order to come on the show. But the question that I have in the back of my head that I want you to keep in the back of your head is if it was the other way around, how would you take it? All right. I'm just letting you guys know for the new people that's coming in what we're watching.
Myron and I went back and forth. I'm just going to pull up the text so I don't say anything that's not true. He asked me when the soonest I was going to be out there is. I told him that I was planning on being there Friday. He said he wasn't going to be available then. And then he asked me a relationship question. For some reason, I did not see that that part of the message, or I was busy or whatever. So I said, do you want to make it happen, or should I plan for next week? And he said it'd have to be next week. So we're just discussing logistics. I answered his question, said, I'm not dating anyone right now. Dated some.
All right, let me see if I can catch up what's going on here. He says it would have to be next week if we did do it. He asked her to come out. She said, would it be early next week, like Monday or Tuesday? He says, that would be tough. You didn't answer the relationship questions. I didn't even see he doesn't have any. I don't see the relationship questions. All right, let's go.
Someone a couple months last year, but before that I was single, and I love talking on that topic. He said, okay, cool, I'm up for that. I'm not going to do anything platonic with you, just being honest. And I thought he was reaching out for a collaboration because we're both well known in the fitness industry. And, you know, my Instagram following is larger than his, so at the time I still didn't know he had a 400.
Hey, her name is, hold on. Let's see if I can pull her up so you guys see who she is. Let's see. This is her right here.
Most people work out to have their...
She has 5,000 subscribers. All right. This is her right here, Ann Quinn. But she's Instagram fitness, but this is her YouTube. All right, let's get back to it.
you know, him and his partner have a $400,000 subscriber YouTube page, but I have been approached about collaborations before, and so since I was going to be out there, I was down to do it. So when he said, I'm not trying to do anything platonic with you, it was completely left field for me because I was only thinking we were going to do some kind of fitness related content collab. And he said, no problem, I collab directly with girls I date, no pressure though. And I was like, so if we aren't dating, you don't want to collab? Because he's...
All right, let's see what's going on. All right, he told her you got to answer the relationship question. Now, if you guys are looking, look at where my arrow is at. I'm going to start reading from here down. All right, if you see where my arrow is at, I'm going to start reading from here down. It says, she says, the purple right here, I'm confused. I'm not trying to do anything with you except collab. He says, NP, no problem. I collab directly with girls I date. He says, I collab directly with girls I date. No pressure though. And then she said, so if we're not dating, you don't want to collab? And she asking him, like, if we're not dating, you don't want to collab? And he said, no. Don't mean to be an asshole, but we have plenty of women in Miami. All right, so she says, if we're not dating, you don't want to collab. He says, no, I don't. He says, I'm not trying to be an asshole because we have plenty of women in Miami. All right. So then she says, well, same, laugh out loud. We have plenty of men here in California. So why would I fly out to Miami to date someone I know nothing about? All right. So he's telling her, I want you to come to Miami to be on the show, but when you get off the plane, me and you are going to date. We're going to have sex. No, he didn't say sex. He says dating. He wants to date her. And if she's not willing to date, she has to understand that there are more girls in Miami. And she's saying, why would I come out there to date you when there's plenty of guys right here in California? All right. Myron, if you watching, boy, nah, I tried to save him.
He's never even asked me on a date at this point. So I was, he said, no, don't mean to be an a-hole, but we have plenty of women in Miami. And I said, well, same, we have plenty of men here in California, so why would I fly to Miami to date someone who I know nothing about? And he said, simple, attractive women are common, high-value men are not. I'm not going to comment.
Listen here, guys, that's a mistake that he made. All right, because you're not supposed to tell a woman your value, or you're not supposed to place her against the wall where she has a option to be with you or not, and then you make her feel like her. That's what's happening. That's what he's doing right there.
Comment on that yet. No hard feelings though. I said, you haven't proven to me that you're a high value man, and actually I know quite a few high value men. I'm not just an attractive woman. I'm an entrepreneur with a 6-figure business and a high profile assets. I'm nothing but common. I meant to say I'm anything but common. No hard feelings and a smiley face. So then I screenshotted our conversation, blocked out his name, and I posted on my story because I was shocked at this point that someone would use their business, their show, to try to get women, and they think that would work. And I was also shocked that he said that attractive women are common and high value men are not, when it's just like he dismissed me as an attractive woman but not a high value man, or not a...
All right, let me catch you guys up to what's going on. All right, he wants her to come on to the show. All right. And she says, okay, I'll come out to the show. When you want me to come out? He's like, oh, baby, early next week. She's like, all right. So then he says, all right, if you want to come out, normally girls that come on the show are girls I'm dating, but that's no pressure to you. And then she's saying, all right, we're not dating, but you still want me to come on to the show. And then he says, yes, no. He says, yes, but you have to sleep with me because there's pretty much plenty of girls in Miami. And she's saying, no, there's plenty of girls out here. I mean, plenty of guys out here in California. Why would I have to come to Miami to date you? And he says, because I'm a high value man and there's not enough of me in the world. All right, that's where a mistake is at with Myron. That's a big mistake there. You never want to tell a woman that. You never. Right now, what he's doing is he's psychologically trying to force her into feeling bad about not wanting to date him, but making her feel like she's missing something at the same time. And I've told you guys this, and I've told you guys in the past what you have to understand about women. Women don't care necessarily about your money, your looks. They care more about your attitude, how you carry yourself, how you handle certain situations. That's what she looks at as being alpha. She don't look at material things. She pays attention to attitude. This woman right here is paying attention to his attitude, how he's acting as a man. All right, not what he got, not his status, not how tall he is or what he is or how many subscribers he got. She's paying attention specifically to his character.
High value woman. And I don't know anything about this guy, so for him to tell me that he's this high value man when you're having to use your show to get women, high value men don't have to use their show and clout to get women, for the record. Anyway, so I posted anonymously and I said, high value men don't talk the way that you did. I have 75 people on my story. I posted a poll and I was like, am I tripping or is this crazy? I forget exactly what I said, but I had so many people voting, oh my gosh, like this is insane. And so I said, I have 75 people on my story who voted.
That's expected. Whenever you have a fan base, you're automatically expecting your fan base to follow you. They're going to agree with it no matter what. But with this one, I couldn't really read it all. I'm just going to let it play.
Voted. I can't believe what you said. The comments are insane. Not one person has your side or thinks your approach is appropriate. You're tripping. And I was using emoji faces laughing. I said, maybe you should have me on your podcast so I can teach you how to talk to women. And I said,
whoa, let's go back. All right. We're going to study this piece right here if y'all can see it. All right. She says, maybe you should have me come on your podcast so I can teach you how to talk to women. All right. So she's upset with what he said when he's telling her, I'm a high value man. You either like me or not. That's pretty much what he was saying. And she's saying, that's not how you talk to a woman. Let's go.
Emoji faces laughing. I said, maybe you should have me on your podcast so I can teach you how to talk to women. And I sent the screenshots. Then he responded to the screenshots that I sent and said, I'm just being honest and stand by it. I'm not collaborating with you unless we have sex.
Whoa. Okay. This is where we at. All right, we're going to go. I want you guys, if you're watching, we're going to pay attention to this little bit down here. He says, I'm just being honest. Hold on right here. I'm just being honest and stand by it. I'm not collaborating with you unless we fuck. You have fucked a bunch of dudes I know and aren't special. You could just have said no and kept moving, but you're clearly in your feelings and going through it. That's what Myron's wrong at, bro. I'm sorry, but she's backing all this shit up. I'm not knocking I'm not going to knock the Fresh and Fit podcast. I'm not going to do that. I'm not, because I'm pretty sure that maybe Fresh is responsible for some stuff, but not for Myron's actions. He's not. This is strictly a Myron thing right now. This situation is Myron and this woman going back and forth. This is, I wouldn't say this is wrong because it's not alpha. It's fake alpha. This situation is a beta male trait. Right? You have to understand that. Due to the simple fact, he's trying to solidify the sex before she agrees to the podcast. Like, do you guys understand that? Like, throughout this motion, she has yet to agree to the podcast because she still said I had to check my schedule. So he's doing all this before she can even say, all right, I'm okay and I'm free to go. That's what's making everything stand out in this situation. He's trying to solidify the sex before she even gets into town. What do men normally do that for? Bragging points.
You have had sex with a bunch of dudes I know and aren't special. You could have just said no and kept it moving, but you're clearly in your feelings going through all that effort with a poll, etc. Go ahead and...
Whoa, hold on.
Thinks your approach is appropriate, you're tripping. And I was using emoji face. I'm happy to put him on blast. I told him he has an opportunity to impact. You can see in the DMs that was just a blatant lie.
I was like, we're gonna smash. She didn't like that. She tried to be like, oh well, that's your asshole move. Okay, you want me to lie to you and then like try to be on this other bullshit?
Another blatant lie from Myron. I defended myself, told him I haven't slept with a bunch of guys. I said that he is a terrible representation of his podcast and his business, and that I would be happy to put him on blast. I told him he has an opportunity to influence men and make a positive impact, and the example he's setting is trash. I pity any woman who falls for this stupid scheme to fly out to see you and sleep with you for a week promo on your YouTube channel. And then he said, all you'll do is cement my reputation, blah, blah, blah. You don't like it, that's not my problem. Unfortunately, I am who I am. I don't have to worry about an image. And that's the end of the conversation. Well, there was like one more response. And I said, unless you were there, you don't know anything about the men that I've been with. Unfortunately for women everywhere, you are who you say you are, and that's pathetic. And then I blocked him. So a couple things. Myron has been lying to everyone, saying, one, I was threatening to expose him, threatening to ruin his business. Obviously, you can see from the proof that's not true.
I'm going to be honest with you on this. Like I thought that she was like one of those regular girls that come on to the show. You know what I'm saying? That's why I had everyone ask the question, if this was a different girl, or if this was the other way around, if a woman was doing this, would it be bad? But when you go and you break it down the way that it's been broken down, and the series of events that led up to what she just showed us right now, that's sucker shit. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's sucker shit. And the thing is, what I don't like is, I didn't know, like, hold on, let me go back to here. Let's go here.
Everyone that I started threatening him.
And she blurted out my name. And then she sent me a DM saying, like, you should probably rethink how you talk to women, blah, 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 trying to shame me and say, like, I can expose you. She's like, I'll expose you. I was like, do it, bitch. Like, go ahead. Like,
I'm going to be honest with y'all. This isn't something that you want exposed. You don't want that exposed. I'm sorry. You don't want that exposed. Why you don't want it exposed? Because in order for you to maintain power, you have to move in silence. In silence. I say it all the time. Popular people are not powerful. Powerful people pay popular people to push agendas. What Myron has done is allowed the fame that he's never had his whole life go to his head. What you're watching out of Myron, you're watching somebody who has never been confident until they got this show. Until Fresh and Fit blew up. And I give them that. I'm gonna give them their flowers, and I gave it last time. Fresh and Fit put together a great show. They came up with a very, very good concept. They kind of went in the same direction as Kevin Samuels, but they made it a little bit more interesting, more younger girls and more girls on it. They did really, really, really good. But in this situation, when it comes to Myron, what you guys have to understand, a lot of you are Myron. A lot of you are him in the inside. Let me go ahead and break that down. Because you have to understand, before the podcast blew up, he was just like you. But he got in the gym. He got his money right. He found the lane. He got on his purpose. But he never took the red pill and went his own way. Remember I told y'all, there's a thin line between red pill and bitter. See, when bitter takes over your brain, you start to develop a hate for women. When you develop this hate for women, you have a one size fit all for every woman that walks in your life. You have a one size fit all, which means that the girl that treats you good, the girl that treats you bad, the girl that treats you medium, you put all of them on the same scale, on the same, they the same way. To you, they're all the same. So you treat them the same. That's what you're seeing in Myron. Him and Fresh, every day in and day out, talking about the same stuff, doing the same thing, the same type of women coming on to the show. Every motherfucking day, same shit. Bad women, bad women, bad women, bad women, bad women, bad women. How many times on my channel have I told you, walk the fuck away from my channel if you start hating women? Walk away from it. You should not be watching this shit every day. I've expressed that a whole bunch of times. I do not know how much I need to tell y'all. You should not be watching my shit every fucking day. Because if you take it in too much, you become bitter. You would not be able to get out of it. You're not. That's what happened with Myron. He sold his soul to his subscribers. He got so used to bringing those bust downs onto the show that he treated a regular woman like a bust down. Remember I told you, I did a lecture on this last year when I said why beta males are stuck. Beta males are stuck because they don't know what type of woman to do what to. They out here treating diamonds like hood rats and treating hood rats like diamonds. Shaniqua with the fake weave and all the tattoos with the booty and the titties should not be getting better treatment than Emily, who's afraid to jump in the pool with her bathing suit on. You guys in this red pill, you have to gain the knowledge of woman's nature, but it is not no one size fit all whenever it comes to woman's nature. You have to understand yourself. Once you understand yourself, then you're able to sit back and look at different personalities that you come across. You can't truly be red pill until you start actually getting experience in your life. What you're seeing here with Myron, the mental concept, is someone who has to lower his vibration every day to feed an audience that are bitter, that he's so caught inside that cycle, his soul's for sale. Because in order for them to make the money that they make, in order for them to keep people coming back, watching the views, it has to always dip low and tap inside your shoulders of insecurity. What helps balance them out a little bit is that they do financing. They do talk about going to the gym. They do talk about doing that. But guess what? Behind the scenes, he's still showing you a beta trait. Anybody can be confident online. Anybody can be confident online. Anybody can be confident online. Understand that. He's showing exactly what happens behind the scenes. Now, what I want you guys to do is go in there and tell me, how do you feel about this situation? Do I think that Fresh and Fit are going to get canceled? Let me go down a little bit. Let me come up in here. Matter of fact, we'll just switch over.